All right, let's just jump right in. Have you ever looked at really successful people and thought, is there some kind of cheat code they're using? Well, it turns out there is, and we're going to break down exactly what it is right now. Seriously, take a second and just think about this. I don't mean just hoping for success or even just working hard for it, but what if you acted? Like deep down in your bones, you knew it was already a done deal. I mean, how would that change everything for you? And that brings us to this core idea, strategic certainty. It's this mindset, right? It's where you decide to operate from this totally rock-solid assumption that whatever you're trying to do, it's already working out, way before you have any proof. And look, this isn't about being delusional or ignoring reality. Nope. It's about changing how you act inside that reality to literally create the results you're after.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how on earth does this actually work? Well, first off, think of this mindset as installing a brand new filter in your brain. And it all comes down to how we deal with the unknown.
See, by default, our brains are wired for survival. So when we're faced with uncertainty, that old survival instinct just kicks right in. It goes into total threat detection mode. It's just scanning, scanning, scanning for everything that could possibly go wrong. Super useful if you're trying not to get eaten by a tiger. But not so great when you're trying to achieve something big and ambitious. So what's the actual mechanism behind this? This is where it gets really cool. It's this part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS for short. The best way to think about it is like it's your brain's personal bouncer, or maybe a search engine. It's the thing that decides what information out of the millions of bits flying at you every second actually gets your attention. Basically, you tell it what to look for, and it goes out and finds it for you. And this is where that switch happens. It's so clear right here. When you're stuck in uncertainty, you're basically telling your RAS, hey, go find me all the threats, all the problems, all the reasons this is going to fail. But when you adopt strategic certainty, you completely flip the script. You're telling your brain, okay, new mission. Go find me opportunities. Find me solutions. Find me every single thing that proves this is working out, because you're already assuming it is. All right, but it gets even better than that. This isn't just some clever mind trick. We're talking about something that happens on a physical level. It literally changes the actual structure of your brain. And how is that possible? Well, it's because of this amazing thing called neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't some fixed, static thing. It's more like clay, constantly reorganizing itself based on what you think and what you do. So when you start acting as if your success is already a fact, you're basically giving your brain a direct order to physically rewire itself to match that new reality. It's incredible. And this powerful process actually has a name. It's called cognitive restructuring. It's where you intentionally, consciously choose the thoughts that support your success, instead of just letting those old automatic thoughts of fear and doubt run the show. You're literally building a whole new mental framework from the ground up. So what does that process actually look like? Well, it's pretty straightforward. First, you adopt that assumption of success. Then you just consistently choose thoughts that back it up. And every single time you do that, you're making those neural pathways for confidence and for resourcefulness stronger and stronger. And with enough repetition, looking for solutions and being positive, well, that just becomes your brain's new default setting. Okay, so let's recap. You've changed your brain's filter. You've started physically rewiring its structure. So now let's talk about how that internal shift creates this massive cascade of real-world results. This is really where it becomes a powerful, self-fulfilling prophecy. See, when you have that deep internal certainty, it doesn't just stay in your head. It bleeds into everything you do. It completely changes how you prepare for a big meeting, right? It changes how long you'll stick with something after a setback. And it gives you the guts to take those bigger, bolder actions that you might have been too scared to take before. And this is what creates this incredible positive feedback loop. It starts with that unshakable belief, which naturally leads to inspired action. That action then goes and creates real opportunities. It opens up doors you didn't even know were there. And guess what? Those opportunities give you the proof that reinforces your original belief, which just makes it even stronger. The cycle just builds and builds. But wait, there's another huge piece to this. That kind of confident, certain energy, it's magnetic. People are drawn to it. It literally pulls people, support, and all kinds of resources towards you. Think about it. People want to back a winner, right? They want to be on a winning team. And your certainty sends a crystal clear signal that you know exactly where you're going. All right, so let's tie this all together. What's the big takeaway here? What does all this mean? It really all boils down to creating a total alignment of your entire being.
The real magic, the secret sauce, it happens when your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are all pointing in the exact same direction. They're all locked in on a positive expectation. When what you think, what you feel, and what you do are all in sync, man, you just become unstoppable. So if you remember one thing, let it be this. You have to make a fundamental shift. You got to go from hoping things will work out to acting like they already have. That, right there, is the very essence of strategic certainty. And so I want to leave you with one final and really powerful question to think about. Just look at your own goals, your own life. What's the one thing that you, starting right now, are going to decide is absolutely 100% inevitable?